Yo, what's up, guys? Fantasy football season's here, and the Booty League podcast is back, baby, for the what is this, third season, fourth season,
It's been going for a while, but since you've been hosting it, probably the third season, I think.
third season. Damn, bro. But anyways, we're joined with our commissioner, James. What's up, James?
Guys, so happy football's back.
I know football is back, and the Booty League podcast is back. But before we so this year we got some new rule changes and we got some new league members, right? Chris and Topher and Ryan.
Topher. Yep.
Welcome. But with two in, two has to leave, right? So due to like personal problems, Marcus and Ty had to leave. And so I prepared a little something for them. If you guys can please tune into my stream.
Let's see.
Oh, rest in peace.
Right here,
Rest
right
in
here.
power.
Right here. So we can each you guys hear the music?
No, I don't hear you.
No, I don't.
Alright, well anyways, you'll see it on the pod.
Just sing it to us.
It's been a long time away without you, my friend. But rest in peace, Marcus.
Oh,
Rest
They're
in
in a
peace.
better place now.
Yeah, so if we could each, I can start first. Share my favorite moments with Ty. Ty, my favorite moment is always uploading the podcast onto SoundCloud because you were literally the only one that needed it on SoundCloud. And every week I would see that play, like the one play button, and I knew that was either you or Timmy. So I appreciate that, brother. You guys have any favorite memory of Marcus or Ty?
Before James goes, because James took my one, but he also added on another that was really good. But mine is just finally interacting with him and getting him to trade. So that was nice. And within the last year or two, that we got to talk a little bit more through sleeper and fantasy football.
Yeah.
So I have an obituary for Marcus. It's sad to see an original founding member go. We haven't had anyone leave since what, Tony? Like 9 years ago, 8 years ago. But my favorite memory of Marcus was our very first cooking competition, and his ass brought a cherry pie to an apple pie contest.
Yeah.
Oh man.
But what made me the most sad was that he never tuned into the podcast once to make David drink. Because
Yeah.
David kept doubling up and passing it on to himself, but Marcus never reciprocated.
Yep. Well, rest in peace to you guys, both of them, and may the fantasy gods bless you in heaven. I'll remember both of you guys. This is so troll. And I didn't tell Chris or James that I was making this, so that was a total live react. But anyways, you guys want to pour one shot up for our fallen homies, and also
sir.
one up to celebrate the
Beginning
start
of
of the year. Let's go.
I'd like to say that because Timmy, I should have my belt on display somewhere back here or on me, but because Timmy didn't show up to the draft, I don't have the belt yet. So fuck that guy. I hope he loses every game until he gives me the belt, rightfully so, and picks up the toilet.
As per at the beginning of the year, what are you guys drinking for your shot?
This is the bottle I'm gonna be working on throughout the year. The Henny bottle.
Oh, Henny. James, you drinking anything?
I have this Bacardi bottle from a long time ago.
I got this whiskey bottle, Japanese whiskey. This is to sip and enjoy, and throughout the year I'll be drinking this Truly vodka that I bought for like a couple bucks. And no one wanted to drink it, so I had to take it home, and now I just got to be killing it, I guess.
Is it 40%? Is it actually vodka or is it like a?
It is vodka. It's pretty tasty. It's 30% actually.
All right, I can't have you skip on these
I
shots, man. I
can't
gotta
skip.
keep you accountable.
All right, you're right.
You gotta be
You're right.
full.
All right. Cheers, brothers.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Oh.
Ooh.
All right. So let's get into it. Breaking news and waiver wire. Why don't you go through these for us, Chris?
Okay, let's start. Should we start
Or
up here?
what are we doing?
Let's start
Oh,
here
the
at the shot
pay
bets.
shot bets. You're right. You're right.
No
Let's
one's
do that.
paying yet, but exciting news. You're gonna see our matchups later. But our first eShit Bowl, prompting the match of the week, and we have shot bets.
You gotta wait.
Timmy-
Did you explain what the eat shit bowl is? We might have
Uh,
new viewers for the
that's
first
true.
time this
That's
season.
To the you guys can build it, but to the extent of my knowledge, it's these two boy lovers that just really love each other so much and try to play it like they hate each other in fantasy football, like the greatest rivals ever. So yeah, they talk the most shit this week. It gets hyped up. The chat's very active between them. They're always beefing, and we just turn it into the eShit Bowl.
And I think Michael is 3 and did he win 3-1 or did Timmy equalize it 2-2 last year? I can't
think
remember.
it's 3-1. I think Timmy got his first win.
Oh damn! All right, and then the next one. All right.
So
Yeah,
yeah, paying out on Timmy's side, in Timmy's corner, Timmy, Ryan, James, Nick, and Royce. You will hear our sides of it, and in Michael's corner, just myself and Michael. Do you have a horse in this race, David, or are you staying neutral?
Staying neutral because I kind of missed it, but
Not too late. It's
not too late.
Whoever I bet on the thing, you can add it in. I forgot.
Okay, all right, sounds good. And you guys might have to catch me up on any other season-long bets. We have Timmy still not paying out shot bets from last year. His mouth cashing checks that what's the term? Something about
his
cashing
body
checks
can't. Or I don't know.
Whatever it is.
His body can't cash.
Yeah, his mouth's writing checks, but his ass can't cash.
But he did hit up the group chat if anyone wanted to drink. So if you want to try and drink this weekend, hit Timmy up.
And then we got Christian Watson and Romeo Dubs. I got Dubs scoring more than Watson throughout the year, and then James got Watson.
Long. All right.
Timmy has Watson too.
Oh, Timmy's on Watson's team as well. All right, thank you guys. And all right, breaking news: waiver wire. We need to add drops to the sound.
I tried figuring that out before the show. That's I gotta handle that off stream.
All right. And
it's
then,
a work in progress.
Breaking news: some fab spin already. I bid on Deion Jackson for 1.
Yeah.
Nick bid on Juwan Johnson for 2. I bid on Jaden Reed for 2, and Jonathan got Laporta. Any thoughts here?
You spent 3 fab already before week 1 has even gone through. Are any of them still on your team?
Yeah, they're both on my team.
They're both still on your team. All right. Deion Jackson. I mean, 1 fab. What's the whole thing behind Jaden Reed? Talk me through that. This is the first time. Is that Jaden Reed or Jordan Reed?
Jaden. Jordan Reed's the tight end of old.
Is Jaden Reed a new tight end?
No, he's a rookie wide receiver for the Packers.
Yeah. Okay, I see.
Second round rookie. Like, I didn't think too much of it, but Dobbs got hurt, and Watson was hurt this week during practice reports. So I just threw my hat into it to pick him up.
I see. Okay, well, I don't know anything about any of them. So you have anything to say, James?
No, I mean Deion Jackson shredded me last year. The one game that he actually did something. So I guess I'm getting round 2 of it this year again. But overall, just early churning of the bottom of people's rosters, picking up new lotto tickets. So we'll see. I think the Jaden Reed one will age pretty well as the season goes on. I'm pretty high up on him. He looks pretty good. So we'll see. And I think Laporta pickup is like sneaky good. I know Jonathan's inspiration. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know what Mia said to convince him to join on the wing T meta, but I think Laporta looks pretty good. He looks like a pretty solid, like tight end just based off of 1 game. So maybe the hype is real. So we'll see. But I think Laporta looked good at least for week 1 so far.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
And then 1 year ago, I was like, man, there's too much action here. Everyone's at James' wedding shenanigans going, all right, everyone's to your right, a 6th rounder, who's who?
Yeah.
And
That
I was
was
like,
crazy.
and I was like, all right, we're not getting that this year. There's no way anyone's trading this year, and we get hit with a trade. What's our trade, David?
We got Mike Mo trading away Cooper Cup for Samaje Perine and Devontae Smith, acquired from Jonathan, who gets Cooper Cup, an injured Cooper Cup. What do you think, James?
You also forgot the $5 on top.
Oh,
Oh,
five
Demon.
bucks on top. You're right. You're right.
Demon.
A
Jonathan always
sweetener.
gets his. He
Jonathan's
always gets his.
coveted $5. Honestly, I think I give Michael an A on this
What the
one.
For, you all gotta watch that on YouTube. If you're listening on SoundCloud, tune in on YouTube. That was hilarious. But yeah, keep going, James.
I give Michael an A. I think if I was in his shoes, I'd be nervous and looking to get out from the cup scenario because he is older. There's a hamstring. Those two things don't go well or don't really age well throughout the whole season. So I'd be kind of nervous. And I give Jonathan a C, but I also think Jonathan can walk away with the better end of this deal because um, just from a roster standpoint, like Samaje and Devontae will have the same output as Cup on a weekly basis, but now Jonathan has consolidated that into one starter as opposed to two. And I think if Javonte Williams is actually healthy, I don't think Samaje will be anything special like what we've seen in the past 2 years when he was behind Mixon.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree. It definitely, if he gets put on IR, what is that, 3 weeks
4
or
weeks.
4 weeks.
IR
Pup
is
is
4 weeks? I thought that was
Yeah.
pup.
Pup
Season
is 4 weeks.
season starting IR is 4 weeks.
Damn, all right. So that's a lot worse than I thought. But if he avoids the IR, anything between 1 to 3 weeks would be, I guess, would a win for Jonathan. But
Mhm.
if it's 4 weeks and he comes back after 4 weeks and they take it slow, then Jonathan might be a little too far gone.
Oh, I see it now.
He's trolling. That guy's trolling, and we.
It's pretty lawless when Danny's not around. Danny's the sheriff here.
God.
Yeah, but yeah, I think anything past 3 weeks, Jonathan's team might be too far gone by that time to make a comeback that matters. So we'll see in the next few week or the next few days, see if Cooper Cup is on IR or not.
Yeah, I definitely think this is a trade you revisit. I agree with James's grades, but this is like a season-long trade. Like if Cup comes back and wins in the ship, like that, this is a great trade. Like he might lose the first 3-4 weeks until he's back, but yeah, like if he can produce like he has produced, then yeah, Jonathan won. So as of right now, I thought it was crazy how they made the trade and like 10 minutes later, was, oh yeah, possibly IR.
Yeah.
Right
Yeah.
after that.
Michael's got some connects, bro. I swear to God.
But on the bat phone.
Yeah. And then so I sent out a like a worksheet or a questionnaire for people to submit their anonymous roast, and surprisingly I actually got a lot of responses. I got like
Okay.
14 responses.
Oh,
Like
wow.
people got a lot to get off their chest. I didn't submit one, so that must mean multiple people submitted multiple roasts. So yeah, we'll just go through them again. The prompt was roast anything about the draft or just anyone. But yeah, let's just go through. This is my first time reading through them, so we'll just react to them together.
Is it all anonymous or is there a place
all
for
anonymous, but I guess we can play a little game here and try to guess who said what.
Okay.
You guys agree? All right. Why our the first one. Why the fuck did James start Kadarius Tony Lamau? I mean,
James started Sky Moore.
James started Sky. Oh, Nick started. What I mean, the person that roasted it wrote James. So I guess James didn't start Kadarius Tony, whoever that is. But bro, I don't know why Nick started Kadarius Tony. I'm surprised he even got like half a point.
He had a bunch of drops. I think if he catches those, like he's gonna have a good day.
over the rest of his players, because he had like Pickens, he had like some other guy that was good for at least 7 points.
I think personally, I didn't like Tony. I will roll the dice on Zay.
There you
I
go,
like
yeah.
his matchup.
Mhm.
I don't like Pickens' matchup as much, but I mean, we'll get into that later.
All right, who do you?
I didn't mind the Tony one because Kelsey was out. So like Mahomes is good and he has to throw it to someone. So and then you take a shot like you want action in the first week, or you feel like he has to throw it to someone. If you're buying into the narrative that Tony is the best wide receiver, then I didn't see a problem with it. It's just Tony played horribly. So yeah.
And the next one is Mike Mo hasn't made the playoffs in the modern 12-team era. I haven't actually fact checked this one. If Mike
Yeah.
Mo, you can verify for us on the pod,
Okay.
that'd be great. But that seems crazy, is it not? What do you guys? Did you guys know that?
Yeah, I did not know that. I
Mike-
thought he made one, but I don't know. Maybe he just wanted the first round and treated it like it, but I have no clue.
Yeah, Mike Mo. If that's true, you suck, bro.
I'll fact check that. Go ahead.
Okay. The next one is wait, I got it wrong. Why why the fuck did James start Sky Moore, but also why the fuck did Nick start Kadarius Tony Lamau? That seems like a Royce one. I feel like Royce would get those two wrong. What do you guys think?
Your thoughts?
I think
You
Royce
played
is
the
onto
matchup.
something. For me, I think for me, I wanted Sky Moore because he was the more reliable target out of that group, at least going into the season. A lot of the beat writers were feeling the same way. So I thought that he was going to be fine. I think that the Detroit defense was a lot better than people expected, especially in coverage. And the pass rush, and like I felt like the whole game Mahomes couldn't get into a rhythm, and I felt the whole offense as a whole, like wherever the play calling was not very good, and I just thought that they were trying to get too tricky with the play calling. But with Sky Moore, like maybe it's the copium talking, but like I'm still pretty optimistic about him. I don't think his targets were of quality. Like they were either overthrown or there was one that was behind him or well defended. The one that he actually caught, he had to put in a lot more effort than a normal like pass would require. And so I think I'm still very happy with Sky Moore. I'm still very optimistic about it. And Tony, it just confirms that Tony is a bum, and so I'm pretty confident
The
that
Giants knew.
Once Kelsey comes back, like I think this offense will start churning a lot better and start looking a lot better. I think Sky Moore will be a lot more involved.
I see. Next, why is Timmy's wide receiver core so mid? Lamau. That's very. Who is it? I know it's DJ Moore and someone else that's also
T.
very.
Higgins, and then Isaiah Hodgins, Rashid Shaheed, and Quinton Johnston. So
I thought you have Rashid Shaheed. Oh, no.
I have Rashi Rice.
Damn
I
it,
have a theory that Royce is the one that has been putting in multiple submissions because his ass is not doing anything at work.
That's true. That's true. I like it.
Really quick, Michael is since sleeper. Michael's been in the toilet bowl for 3 years straight.
Oh, I see, but we don't have since NFL or whatever. Okay,
but that's the modern era.
Is that the modern era? The modern era is 3. Oh, okay.
So 3 years in a row. That's 3-peat in the toilet bowl. That's pretty bad.
That's pretty bad. Yeah, you're bad. Michael's bad, dude. All right, did Timmy forget that he got the toilet last season? Why did he draft the same guys? Is he stupid? Alright, that one's pretty. That's some next level analysis right there.
That's pretty deep.
You might hear a reference to that later, so go ahead.
Chris's head is so bald, I can hear him think when we're drafting. Yeah, did you get a fresh cut before the draft day?
I get a fresh cut every day. Come on, my
barber really? You just go.
Dude. No, my barber does it.
You have a barber, dude? That should be another roast in itself. All right. Can't tell what's worst, David's fantasy football management or his allergies. Bro, that feels like that's Royce, dude. Why you gotta come at my
Yeah, that has
allergy?
to be
That's a
Royce.
medical condition, bro. Um, what's Chris? All right, well, I took Royce 101 in my points per pepperoni nipple league. Damn, that's true.
I think that's Royce trying to throw us off the scent.
That's fair. That's fair. That's Royce is a great pepperoni nipple. Who else in the league has a nice pepperoni nipple?
I have a pretty good pepperoni nipple.
Would you go 101 or would you think Royce takes the cake on that one?
Oh, Royce takes the cake by that.
Or
I'm
is
not
it
too
like
far
a
behind.
Christian McCaffrey, Justin Jefferson?
Yeah, I
theory?
think
Yeah, that's the debate.
I might put myself in that tier. I might put myself in that tier.
I see. I see. Worst draft was by all you tacos. I don't know who that's even referencing to.
That's close. That's got to be
That sounds like
Jonathan. That could be
Jonathan.
Jonathan. That could be Timmy. That could be Jonathan. That could be Timmy.
All right.
What if it's Ryan? Ryan's been talking a lot since the David Montgomery got him talking.
That's true. That's true.
A little optimism.
Maybe
it's Michael because he's trying to clap back at
Who
Timmy.
uses the word taco most?
That's Jonathan.
Oh, okay.
Jonathan and Timmy. I think they both. But
Yeah,
Jonathan uses
Jonathan
them
and
more. I might say Jonathan uses them more.
We all know Timmy's parents' answer to slut daughter or gay son. Jesus. All right, we all know the answer to that. So move. I think that's Nick. It's pretty rich. Wow, Timmy's got a lot of responses in this roast. It's pretty rich that Timmy, our rape investigation unit, drafted Deshaun Watson. He was... That's pretty good. He must have found no wrongdoing by his boy.
Oh my god.
Alright, that one's pretty good. I don't know who did that one, but whoever did that one's
that's
pretty
right
good.
here.
Oh, James.
That's pretty fire.
That's pretty good. Ryan's team is kinda ass. Maybe trade with Chris, who kinda sucks too.
Hey, my team's ass, I'm gonna be honest.
Yeah.
We'll talk about that in a little.
Ryan's team looked good, but it didn't age very well. You know. Tommy passed up, I think he means Timmy. Someone's like not spell checking and not fact checking. Tommy passed up on JSN for a QB nobody wanted 5 rounds earlier than he would have went. So he's talking about he passed up JSN for Deshaun Watson. I think. You know, you gotta get your guys, man.
Yeah.
You know, you gotta get your guys.
Timmy said his record's clean.
That's true.
The investigation came out with nothing.
That's true. Hey. So does this confirm that JSN's gonna catch a case later? You know,
shit.
Timmy's got the insider info on this. But that's all we got for today. Wow. Thanks for the responses, everyone. That was great. Timmy caught like 7 strays, I swear to God. He got like half of them.
I don't think they were strays. They were targeted, dude.
Yeah, they're targeted. But thanks for the responses, everyone. And we have the 3-word game next, describing everyone's draft or team. But before that, do you guys want to watch the nice little draft video that Alice painstakingly prepared for everyone, recapping the draft?
Yeah, throw it on.
Let's throw it on. First time viewing, by the way. Hold up. Damn, my computer is dying.
All complaints can go to Alice?
Yeah, all complaints can go to Alice. I don't know if there's any sound. Can you guys hear sound or no?
All right. Initial reactions. Which one is the best and which one is the worst? First, initial reactions. Which one?
Turn my stream sound on, or does that not work?
I'm gonna turn the stream volume up. Let's try again.
The best and which one is the worst?
It's like I don't even kind of hear it.
You don't even kind of hear it?
Yeah.
Alright, I don't want to play with it.
Initial reaction.
Alright, initial reaction.
For the viewers, it's for the viewers.
That one's got a surprise factor.
I like.
Here, let me get it.
I like.
I'll live
Which
react
one?
it.
Which
Which
one's
one looks
the
like
best?
shit,
Not your,
bro?
not your
Mine.
Traditional, that one right
He
there.
likes traditional.
Oh, Michael's because he fucking.
Ryan's low key.
Oh, that one's pretty. I'm only saying that one's hype because I want to see that.
This one's pretty hilarious. This is just Jonathan screaming, "I have no duck." Oh, Chris with the late charge, bro. What the fuck, dude? That's pretty hilarious. She did not like that one. What the fuck?
In 11th place.
11th place. Number
Oh,
6.
who's that? Raise your hand. Come on.
Chris, that's you.
No, I had to go look if I put up my number. We went over to look at my numbers and I totally didn't look at them.
Okay, so second place is number 7.
Second place, number 7, which is store bought, by the way.
Yeah, I
Ryan
got a
wants
lot
to
to
hear
say.
affirmation.
I really liked your
I didn't
time
know
that you had like a bowl of coffee.
Yeah, what was wrong with it?
Oh, confessional, Chris.
What's up? 1 second. My 2 favorite drafts are probably Vintooks.
I don't know what it said. I thought it was on my drafts.
Okay, you said your favorite drafts are Vintooks and Michael's.
Christopher Lewis.
This is Vingy.
What?
This is Vingy trying to be anonymous, like we wouldn't know his voice. Alright, hold on. I don't know what he said actually.
facing the wall. Yeah, it's recording right now.
This guy is an idiot. Oh, he turned the light on.
Hello?
Oh, okay.
I didn't study shit.
Oh, he's alright. You just said he did study.
I wish I really would have gotten some Rams.
Can you upload this separately from the pod just in case we're not too
Ryan's
much?
drafted like a rookie. Chris's draft. He didn't pick too many players I was upset about, so that's fine. But overall, I wish my
This is me,
running
this
backs-
is me.
I really believe
Oh, are
in
you trying to
them,
do this
but
anonymous too?
Yeah, I was trying to do it
you know,
anonymous.
we'll see.
But I just admitted it on the pod. Alright, thank you, Alice. Thank you.
Hey,
This is our
thank you.
first
Very nice.
draft day recap. But oops, sorry. Yeah, why don't you take us into the next segment, Chris?
All right, so the 3-word game. We're describing everyone's draft at the time. Okay, so not necessarily the team at the moment, but the draft. So how'd you do? I'm gonna start first, and then we're gonna go around James and David, and just give your 3 names and just a quick description. Michael's is hype trains only, or only trains, I guess. Only hype trains, whatever. But you got the Garrett Wilson, Brees Hall, Hard Knocks hype train. He's on the Justin Fields hype train, the Darren Waller hype train, and even Jordan Addison. Early, I thought his team was built around hype trains, which he usually does.
Are we gonna do one each?
Yeah, I
Okay,
think we're
go
doing
ahead.
one each.
Yeah.
My first one's for Nick, and mine is turns kind of rough. I think this is the first time that Nick drafted from that position, or maybe he hasn't drafted from that position very often. But like, I have some thoughts about the draft as a whole, but it's pretty tough on the turns, even like for me too. Like starting on the turn, they get to draft a certain way, and I don't think a lot of pieces fell to Nick the way he wanted, nor did he kind of pivot his strategy from that turn in response to that. But it is kind of rough.
My next one is Vintuk, and it's wide receiver value, because just going up and down his wide receiver list, which I don't have right now, I think it had like a lot of value in it. Just
Yeah.
off the top of my head, I
Jalen
remember.
Waddle in the second, DK Metcalf in the fourth, Deontay in the 6th, Michael Thomas in the 9th. I thought those were great
Yeah,
values.
those are all great values there. There's no one like that like is a reach or like a pocket my guy type of player. I think they're just all excellent values, and so he picked them there. So yeah. Go ahead, Chris.
Oh, back to me. My bad. Timmy's. I got building off whoever roasted him in the roast segment. I said get your guy, because yeah, he just ran it back with his team. He likes Nick Chubb. He likes DJ Moore. He likes Cam Akers. He likes Devlin Cook. He likes Deshaun Watson, Jet, Rashad Penny. So yeah, it was just a get your guy kind of draft for Timmy.
Me and his is Tayreek Me Home. We're seeing episode 3 of this one. The same stack started by our late great Marcus.
That's true.
Who started us off with Tyreek and Devontae Adams. So that's the backbone of his team. He's gonna need them to take him home.
My next one is Jonathan, and I think I said likes them young because he's got Bijan, Olave 2nd year, Devonta Smith 3rd year, Drake London 2nd year, Charbonnet is a rookie, Tajay Spears a rookie. I think Chuba Hubbard 2nd year, 3rd year. Yeah, so he likes them young, pretty much. Okay. So yeah.
Mine is Topher. I got next. My fellow Chris. I said go Charge Go because of his 4th, 5th rounder. you know how you're supposed to stack like a quarterback and a receiving threat. He just stacked 2 receivers, right? He was big brain. Keenan Allen, Mike Williams. So go Charge Go. But otherwise, he started off his draft strong as a rook, but definitely showed his inexperience going through the rest of the draft.
My next guy is Royce, and his is wide receiver 2 art thou ? Because outside of Calvin Ridley, I think his wide receiver 2 position is going to be a carousel of uncertainty. I don't feel really confident about the guys that he has, but that's also kind of rich coming from my team as well. But I think for Royce's team, it's a little more uncertain than I like.
My next guy is Ryan, and I think I said the Jonathan failure because his 2nd round risk taking on Jonathan. I mean, it looked good for like a week, and then it all started going downhill. I mean, like I'm like, damn, if this Jonathan Taylor shit pans out, he's got Chase, Taylor, Hurts, Sand Eater, Amari Cooper on the home games. It's looking nice, but now he's out of a 2nd rounder, so it didn't work out. And yeah, best of luck, Ryan.
All right, and last one for the 3-word game is James, and I got top tier onesie. So he took that turn that Josh Allen, Mark Andrews kind of tried to build a team around that, and like he said, he doesn't like his wide receiver 2. And I'm not a fan of his running backs until Alvin Kamara comes back, in my opinion. So he had the top tier onesie and also someone got suspended. So he really needs them to show up.
My last guy is my stepbro, and it's where's the ceiling? I think outside of Lamar, Saquon, and CD, there's not a lot of ceiling plays for David. I don't think he has a lot of home run hitters outside of those 3. So if he's gonna need Najee to, overcome his reputation. He needs Tyler Lockett to ascend and be serviceable week in and week out and hit the ceiling a little bit more this year. But it's gonna be hard to do with DK and JSN if JSN's the truth. So I don't see a lot of ceiling in Davis' draft, but I think it's the floor is there.
All right, and I think I have Chris next, and for Chris I said Romeo, where art thou?
Man.
Meaning he didn't get his guy. I don't think he got any Packers, and he had Romeo Dobbs there for like a turn, maybe 2 turns if he really wanted him, and he wasn't gonna come back. So Chris, after week 1. Feel free to bang my line, man.
I'm trying to bang your line right now. Come on,
I don't want Rashid Rice, bro. That guy's a bum. Right. But go ahead. Oh, is that the last one?
Yeah, you're the last one.
Okay, I was the last one. Okay, hopping right into everything. We have the power rankings pre-draft power rankings. I can't really pull it up for everyone on the YouTube, so I guess I could just read it out.
Yeah.
Vinny, go ahead.
Just really quick, like as you guys know, it's usually a little more illustrative, and I post it every week. But this year, you just can't trend one data point, and so these are just power rankings based off of our draft.
Okay.
And so it's not as visual this time around, but starting next week, it's going to be a little more easier on the eyes.
So it's still you have a different source, and that same source is still the weekly power rankings. This is just a draft ranking.
No. It's still in the same it's based off the spreadsheet that I have.
Okay.
There's no trend.
So yeah, you just can't trend one data point.
Of course. Okay.
So I just pulled it up for everyone on the pod so I can read it out. Vinny 1, James 2, Chris 3, Ryan 4, David 5, Jonathan 6, Vin took 7, Timmy 8, Topher 9, Nick 10, Royce 11, and Michael 12. Any thoughts, Chris?
I'll start. I'm surprised Royce and Michael were pretty low. I like Michael's draft. I guess leaving that the confessional, I thought Michael had a good draft as well. And I'm surprised they got 11 and 12 respectively. Two rooks drafting better than Royce though, kind of like, why not, right?
Par for the course.
Yeah, par for the course, right? So you got Topher falling in at 9 and Ryan big showing at 4. But looking back at the draft board, I thought Yee's team is pretty good, and it is deserving of the 1 of that ranking. I think there's like a tier up there, and I think he deserves to be in that conversation, especially with his wide receivers. And I don't think James and I deserve our spots. I thought our drafts weren't that good. I was especially down on my draft leaving it, and I'm still not happy about it. I guess just with injuries and stuff, I'm like, it could have been worse or whatever. So, and I think James said it best. Like overall, even though these are rankings, I think this league is too competitive for us to be too far apart.
Yeah, I mean, I think the power rankings are a little skewed. I don't really agree with them. I don't think my draft is up there. I thought mine was pretty mid. Chris at 3. I think Chris had one of the worst drafts actually. I think Topher's draft was a lot better than Chris's. And I actually thought Vintuk had the best draft. I think Vintuk and Mingyi are deserving of the top 2 spots. But this is based off of what fantasy professionals are basing their rankings off of. So that's how the numbers came out. I'm not particularly and I don't particularly agree with the rankings in certain spaces, but it is what it is. I'm 2 and you're not.
Yeah. I agree with you guys. I don't think you and Chris's draft was particularly strong. I think maybe the algorithm favored the onesies position more than it did like the depth of the roster. And so you guys had, obviously your studs at the onesies, yeah, it didn't look pretty strong because you had obvious holes in other areas of your roster. I thought Vin's team also looked strong. I also thought Jonathan's team looks pretty good also. I guess this was before the trade. This was after the draft. And I think Topher had a pretty bad draft, and I think Timmy's draft was pretty bad too. Topher at 9 and Timmy at 8. They have some serious holes in multiple parts of their roster, and so I think that maybe their draft wasn't great. I didn't actually think Michael's draft was too bad at all. If without the Cooper Cup news at the draft, I thought his draft was fine. I like the Jordan Addison pickup. I like Justin Fields and Darren Waller. It's solid. It shouldn't be the worst. It's pretty solid.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think it's the worst.
Yeah, but anyway.
Quick question for you guys then. Just after the draft, do you guys think it's harder with 0 keepers or with keepers in the mix?
I think it's harder with 0 keepers because then if you had a keeper, then you kind of know if you have a keeper, then you're like good at a wide receiver 2 spot, or I'm good at running back 2. or I got like Amon-Ra in the 12th round, so I'm good with just going heavy running backs, you know. And it's easy to plan around these guys also. If you don't have a keeper, I can see what obviously they're going to take, so I don't need to account for them on the turn or whatever. I can already cross them off.
Okay, I can agree with
that. James, any thoughts on the
I actually thought drafting 0 keepers was a lot harder. I think our league was a little too good for any significant values to be found, especially on the turns, like for Nick and I, and even to a degree, like Chris and Royce too. Like we're hoping value falls to us at the turn, but it just wasn't there. It kind of all congregated towards the middle, especially as the draft played out, and so that's why I think the guys on the turns had worse drafts than the guys in the middle. So that's just my inkling. Like going into the draft, I thought it would be simpler, but I knew that come draft day, like these mocks are not going to look anywhere near close to like what's going to be reality.
But how much of, piggybacking off of that, how much of the draft being the same day as the draft order come into play? Like I've never drafted at, let's say, the or the first position. I've always drafted at the 9th, and I thought, for example, Dotson would drop to me every time at the 9th, so that's kind of what I planned for. But now I'm at the 1st, but I've been picking in the like 7th Dotson every time. How much of that factors into them reaching? Because I'm like, oh, I want my guy. He usually falls to me in this spot, but I'm not in this spot anymore. I'm a reach for him. And so that kind of like mixes everything up even more. That adds a deeper level. Whereas if we had our lineup for like a week or two, we could mock, we know where it will come, we'll take more risk. But now I don't know what the hell is going to happen because I've never mocked in this spot. So I'm not going to risk. I'm going to just grab my guy. How much of that do you think played a factor into into how chaotic our draft was?
What do you think, Chris? Because I was not mocking at 1, so
I didn't. I thought it was pretty chaotic. I think it definitely added another level to it. Not that I didn't like it; it was just different. Like it's just something you have to get used to, right? I didn't mock. I would say I didn't mock enough. I kind of just mocked here and there and just got busy, so I didn't have time to do my homework like I would have if I knew my spot. Like if we had the extra week or so,
Yeah, not having the spot's rough. I would say.
I liked it, honestly. I like the chaos of it. I think I think it adds another dimension of competitiveness, and like the onus is on you to do preparations.
For sure.
So like for me, like I never thought I'd have a chance at the 1, and like what was it? I finished 5th or 6th overall. I didn't think I was gonna have a shot at getting the first pick. So like that 1 hour between like getting our spots and like actually going live, like it was chaotic, and there was a lot of hopes that like the draft would play out a certain way, and it kind of didn't. And so I was forced to kind of like take guys that I wasn't expecting to take, or take guys, or like steer my draft in a certain way that I didn't want to. So to like, I think it is chaotic, but I think it makes it a lot more fun too.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I agree.
All right.
Going into the matchups, finally. Week 1 predictions. Our first matchup of the week. Probably the lowest stakes matchup, the one with the least amount of narrative going into it, right? You would agree. I guess you could call it the
boring bowl.
No, the tale of two brothers.
Oh, there
all right.
we go.
That's usually what me and Jonathan's matchup goes down to. But you guys go ahead. I obviously have myself going winning this matchup.
Okay. I thought quarterbacks push. Where are you at with that?
I like Lamar over Justin Herbert. I think it's splitting hairs at the end of the day, but I think Lamar has. I like Lamar as an MVP pick this year.
Okay. Running backs, I got David. I like Saquon Najee more than Bijan Aaron Jones. Your thoughts?
I got Jonathan on this one. I like
Okay.
Bijan's matchup against Carolina, and I do like Aaron Jones against Chicago. I think their defense is pretty suspect.
Okay. Wide receivers, CD, Olave, and London Lockett. CD Lockett versus Olave in London. I got push here. I thought it was fine.
Yeah, I'm leaning Jonathan, but it's like splitting hairs again. I
Oh.
I think Olave has a good matchup, and I think CD can be matchup proof. I haven't looked into what he's like against the Giants, but like overall, I think I'm leaning Jonathan.
Okay. I got Njoku. I got David over Jonathan.
I got Jonathan. I got Jonathan on tight end.
You like Higby here?
You like
Higby's the only
Higby?
show in town.
Van
Okay.
Jefferson, bro. And
Oh,
Kyron
yeah.
Williams on passing downs.
Two unprovens.
Put
And then
Tyler Higby in that mix too.
For flex, I
Alright,
got
flex.
Ayuk versus Dodson. I thought I got a push here.
I
Oh,
think
sorry. For the flex, I don't really see much like happening in the flex.
really.
But I do lean David. I like
Alright.
Jahan Dotson in his matchup.
Okay. And I just thought that Jonathan's in a tough spot after trading away his second round pick. Having Devonta would have helped. So I got David here.
Let's go.
I'm taking Jonathan. I think David really needs Najee to overcome a really strong Niners defense. I don't. It doesn't mean that Najee needs to have like a 20-point day. I think he needs to have like at least a 10-point day. And having Najee last year, there were a lot of famine days. So I think with this matchup, it's going to require Najee to hit his ceiling for you.
Yeah, Najee just hit a sophomore slump last year. He's back, ready to rumble. You know. All right. So.
And who do you got? Did you see who you had, James?
Yeah, I got Jonathan.
Okay. So 2 Davids, 1 Jonathan.
Yep.
Moving to the next matchup, we got James versus Chris. So Dave, we can just break this down. Go ahead, David. Who do you got here?
For quarterback, I have it's even like Mahomes versus Allen. Even Mahomes with 19 points. Josh Allen versus the Jets. I think the Jets defense pretty good, and even at the beginning of the season, the defense is usually a lot better than the offense. Usually at the beginning of the season, so I call it a wash. I expect like 21, 22 points from Josh Allen. Am I just going through every position? Or
Yeah.
okay.
You need to hold it down because we know we got ourselves. So
Okay. Oh, it's you guys. Oh, okay. Okay, that
Yeah.
makes sense. Okay, for running backs, I got obviously Chris. He has Christian McCaffrey, and it's just McCaffrey versus Pierce at this point, and I'm getting McCaffrey every time. Um, Wide receivers, it's what is it? Justin Jefferson versus and Sky Moore versus D Hop and McLaren. Sky Moore put like less than half of a point up, so it's just a 2v1. Um, that being said, I think Chris ekes out the win, even with the 2v1 on the wide receivers. Tight end, I have James. They don't call Kyle Pitts Kyle Shits for no reason, and they call Mark Andrews Mandrews, so the name speaks for itself.
yeah.
The flex, Christian Watson is out, so I don't know who you're actually gonna play, James. He says he's out. If I
Gonna be
was
Lazard.
okay, it's gonna be the Lazard King, versus Deion Jackson.
Hold me down for a little bit. Someone's looking for me.
Okay, Deion Jackson. I anticipate that to be a committee, and against Jacksonville, I don't think it's gonna be too high of scoring game since Indianapolis is not that great, and so I do have the flex even with the Lazard King kind of evening out. Defense does make a difference here, and you guys both have very good defenses. So I think depending on how the other team plays, you guys both play mediocre matchups. Pittsburgh and New England. So I think it does make a difference here depending on how stout each defense is. But overall, I have the winner coming out to be Chris, just because Sky Moore and Pacheco shit the bed a little too hard, and you don't have Watson, James. But
Yeah, going into this one, I knew my team was gonna have a rough week one just based on the matches. But now that like they're all fucked up, like Watson's out, Mark Andrews supposedly is also injured too, maybe plays. But of course, I'm gonna pick myself, and I'm gonna be leaning on my top three picks to get me there.
all right, going to the next matchup, we have Nick.
And Chris obviously has me too.
Yeah, who do you have winning that week, Chris? You?
Chris,
Yeah, I'm going back to back. Come on now.
All right, next matchup is Nick versus Topher. Why don't you break that down for us, James?
Yeah, starting at the quarterback position, I think Goff is going to be fine, but like with the quarterback position being so competitive, and being an actual difference maker, I don't think Goff is going to do enough for him throughout the year. But Geno Smith against a really beat up Rams defense, like David, can you name me 3 Rams defenders?
Bro.
Not named Aaron Donald?
Not named Aaron Donald. I'm pretty sure a guy named David is in there in the secondary. That's about it.
David, Chris, and James are starting on.
Yeah, there's a guy named Pope Dallas out there.
So I think Geno Smith is a better play.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay, we all got him there.
Yeah. Then the running backs, it's King Henry and J.K. versus Etienne and Madison. I kind of like Topher's a little bit more than Nick's, but I think this is like, I think this is pretty close though. I think we're splitting hairs.
Okay.
I don't think we're splitting hairs.
I'm not splitting hairs. I got Topher here all the way.
You know, Derek. All right, but for Derrick Henry, I guess the narrative is not winter yet. He usually doesn't come on. He doesn't come on. He isn't on yet. But you know, Madison, first time carrying the load. You don't know how that's gonna be. Etienne, you know, what's that? Tank, is Tank on that team now?
Tank Bigsby.
Yeah, Tank Bigsby might be taking the goal line carries, maybe, because Etienne was notoriously bad last year on goal line carries. So, you know, whatever, it's fine. I like Chris's matchup here, or Topher, sorry.
Next, or Chris, you have anything to say about the running backs?
Nope, I agree with you. I agree with David here.
Okay. The wide receivers, we got the Chargers versus Sunbum and an actual bum. With Kadarius Toney and Amon-Ra St. Brown. So in this one,
the Chargers.
I like the Chargers to kill Miami. It's got the second highest over/under on the week. I think it's going to hit the over. I don't think both of these defenses are going to be that great. At least like when it comes to talent versus like defensive talent versus offensive talent. So I think it's going to be a shootout. I think both the Topher's receivers are going to eat.
I only put Nick because I treated it as Amon-Ra and Stephon Diggs.
Oh yeah, that's what I did.
Versus at the other two. So that's why I chose Nick. But yeah, if we were to put this together, I would definitely say the Chargers over them. So I'm leaning Nick here. Otherwise, yeah, I that's why I'm leaning it, because I got Amon-Ra and Stephon Diggs.
I mean, if you treat it as like a 3v2, because Kadarius Toney didn't do anything,
true,
so can
true.
Keenan Williams and Rashad White equal to, like, let's say 30 points?
I would say so.
Most likely. So yeah. I lean Topher there.
Okay. And tight end, you got Juwan Johnson versus whoever.
Bro, anybody is a
a warm body, just a warm body.
Yeah.
I like Juwan Johnson though, so I'm fine with that versus whoever he decides to pick up. So I got Nick there. Go ahead.
If Chris just picked up any Kansas City tight end, I feel like it would have been fine there. I don't know why he didn't. I mean, right? What they got, like 6 points?
I don't think there were any.
Noah
Don't
Gray?
you have Noah Gray?
Huh?
Doesn't James have Noah Gray?
I dropped him on Thursday.
Noah
Oh, yeah,
Gray or even that Bell guy was kind of balling out, and elementary, my dear Watson was balling out too. I don't know what the points were, but they were all looking pretty good. All the Kansas City tight ends, bro.
All right.
Well, let's show out with our winners, and then maybe a general thought to follow up. I think Topher wins this one. The rookie gets his first win for the year. The rookie will pull off this upset, and I think it doesn't matter who he picks up. The tight end won't be too much of a big deal, to be honest. But he still needs the classic 1-1-1 to like seal this one. One touch. What's it? One catch for 1 yard for one touchdown.
Yeah.
So what do you guys think?
I agree.
I agree with that.
Topher wins. Topher, yeah.
Just definitely having no Kelsey is rough, and he got helped out by Kadarius and no Jared Goff having a bad week. So this is kind of hindsight.
I think this is Nick's first year without the Cooper Cup safety blanket, so we'll see how how much he is good at being a fantasy manager without the Cooper Cup tucking him in at night. Same with Royce and the Sun Bum and Justin Jefferson tucking them in.
That's true.
Yeah.
All right, roll into our first Brother Bowl matchup. We got Vin and me. Right here we got Joe Burrow versus Dak Prescott. I got Vince up here. You guys?
Same.
Okay. Then we got Eckler, Ramondre versus Joe Mixon, James Cook. I almost said Jared Cook. James Cook, and so I got Vin here. I got Eckler and Ramondre doing way better than the other group. Your guys' thoughts?
Same.
Do you guys see a possibility for these running backs to keep up though? Is there a world where Joe Mixon and James Cook can keep up with Ramondre and Eckler?
If the hype for James Cook in the preseason is real, I think potentially, but I don't see it. Like I'm still convinced that Josh Allen is the RB1 until I see otherwise.
Yeah.
Okay. Wide receivers, we got Devontae Adams, Tyreek Hill, and I'm gonna say DK Metcalf and Jalen Waddle here. He has the legendary Tyreek Hill, Devontae Adams stack, so I'm giving it to me here.
Gotta give it to him.
All right. Rolling into the tight end position, we got Dallas Goedert versus TJ Hawkinson. I think this one's a little more interesting. What are your thoughts on this one?
I have it as a tie here.
Okay, I can see that.
I personally like Hawk more. I think they're both in similar situations. I think Hawk has a little bit better opportunity because he's not like competing against an AJ Brown and Devontae Smith type of competition.
Okay. I think I'm leaning Goddard myself though. I don't know why I'm so down on TJ Hawkinson. It just might be a me thing. I know everyone's pretty pumped on him though.
I mean, he was a volume beast last year. Like he just and another year with Kirk Cousins throwing like last year they looked out of sync, and but he still got the volume, which is why he was the tight end 3. But last year, when I was because I had TJ Hawkinson last year they just looked like they weren't on the same page, and Hawkinson was like dropping a bunch of passes, and maybe Kirk Cousins was using him too much as a safety blanket. So hopefully this year, TJ Hawkinson can take the next step, and Adam Thielen, at least for the beginning of the year, without Jordan Addison, like getting on the same page with Kirk Cousins early on in the year, I can see TJ Hawkinson really having a nice first half of the year until Jordan Addison gets back up online. What do you guys agree?
Yeah, okay. I agree with that. And Hawk was getting a lot of Minnesota was throwing a lot in the red zone, and I think that doesn't really change. I think Madison versus Dalvin Cook is kind of the same. I think I like Dalvin Cook in the red zone more, and maybe their offensive coordinator feels the same way. I think they still are going to be throwing in the red zone more often, and I think Hawk is going to have a good year, but it's going to require him to be more efficient. Because I think Addis is the real deal. So
okay. All right, and then Deontay versus Debo. I got me here. I got Debo on this matchup.
I had Vin.
I think it
because
was Waddle.
Because I did Waddle.
Yeah.
All right, let's do Debo on this one then.
Okay, so we got Yi.
Yeah, I'm with Debo.
Okay.
But we also. Yeah, go ahead.
No, so we all agreed that Debo, we got Debo over Deontay. I got Vince up winning this. Big games from Yi's wide receivers. Yi definitely needs his running backs to keep up though. James, who do you got here in this matchup?
Yeah, I got Vintuk winning this one. I think he has a lot more balance on his team. Yi does have the home run hitters with Tyreek and Tay, but I think he'll need James Cook to contribute.
I think Vin wins pretty easily on this one.
Easily, okay.
Yeah, I mean, I think the quarterback play and the running back play. I just don't think James Cook is going to, make up. I could make up more than Eckler and Stevenson combined with. I think Joe Mixon's gonna put up like a pedestrian 13 to 15 points probably. So I don't see James Cook immediately being that 15-point back right off the first game carrying the load.
Okay.
But I could be wrong.
Okay. So we all got Vince here. Rolling into our next Brother Bowl. Yeah, let's see who you got here. We got Jalen Hurts versus Trevor Lawrence. Ryan's got this Jalen Hurts. Do we need to talk about that?
No.
I think Trevor Lawrence.
Oh,
I think Trevor Lawrence
we do need to talk about this.
We do need to talk over Jalen Hurts.
I think Trevor Lawrence is going to cook.
Oh my
especially
God.
week 1. Yeah.
Okay. All right. We do need to
talk
that's
about spicy. That's a hot take for me. This is where we would have our spicy noodles here. We almost had that pocky chip, but something in the news just happened. So
bro, did you see that? Maybe we should save those. I feel like those would be so like expensive.
Yeah, dude. I have one still.
Yeah, save it and like never eat it and just sell it. Like
it's like the OG Four Loco. Like someone that has a case of OG Four Loco right now is still gonna make money off that. All right. Running backs. We got Josh Jacobs, Kenneth Walker versus Miles Sanders and David Montgomery. I got Royce here. I like Jacobs and Kenneth Walker.
Me too. But what is this Kenneth Walker news? Oh, he's good now?
He's good. He's chilling.
He's good. Okay.
All right. Wide receivers, we got Jamar Chase, Amari Cooper versus AJ Brown and Calvin Ridley. James, thoughts?
I got Ryan on this one. I like Jamar a lot. I like Amari Cooper a lot too. I want to see Calvin really prove it. I know it's been 2 years removed since his last productive season, so I want to see it. I want to see if the hype is real. There is a little interesting detail with this matchup that I'll touch on later, but for right now, I like Jamar and Amari more.
I think it's a wash here. If you think Trevor Lawrence is gonna cook, he's gotta cook with Ridley. That it is that stack there. 2 years removed from his best season, fine, but that's also 2 years younger legs also. So I mean, I don't know. Less mileage.
I don't know how that math works out, but okay.
2 years, he's got less mileage on those legs. That's what I'm thinking at least, and so I think he can come out. And I think Trevor Lawrence is gonna play with his new toy. That's how it usually happens. The first game they usually play with the new acquisition. So we'll see. I think it's a lot closer than what James and Chris is making it seem like, but I have it as a wash.
No, yeah, I agree. I got Ryan running away with this one. So tight end, we got Freiermuth and Chig. I got Freiermuth here. I like him better than Chig.
I like Chig a lot more, but that's really stretching it. I actually like Chig just a little bit more, half point more.
Okay.
Yeah, so I have it a wash to break the tie here, so it's really a toss up.
Yeah, I would say so. And then Christian Kirk in the flex versus Chris Godwin. I got Royce here. I like Chris Godwin.
I have the slight edge to Ryan. I like Christian
Mm.
Kirk. I like Trevor Lawrence also. I don't like Baker as much, but we'll see.
I like Christian Kirk more than Godwin.
Okay. Oh, that being said, I think Ryan needs to find a better flex than Christian Kirk, in my opinion. But you guys might know something more than I do. As of now, I think it's close, and I got Ryan.
Yeah, I think this Brother Bowl is a lot closer than the one between me and Took, but I have Royce squeaking it out. I think it comes down to the question of who is actually the Jaguars wide receiver one. You have Christian Kirk from last year, and then you have Calvin Ridley, the new toy this year. I think that Trevor Lawrence is going to eat, and I think it's possible that both Kirk and Ridley eat as well. But like, I think what breaks this is who will eat more.
I think Ryan wins this, and the difference maker here is surprisingly David Montgomery getting 13 points. That's very serviceable. I don't think anyone could have predicted that. 21 carries for a touchdown. That's actually crazy. I think the hype train behind Jahmyr Gibbs was getting pretty hot. Do you have him, Chris? I know someone
I have Gibbs, yeah.
You have Gibbs. Yeah, the hype train behind Gibbs was getting pretty hot, and I didn't really expect. I thought it'd be more even. I thought it would be one and one, like one drive, but it was a lot more one sided than I thought.
Oh yeah, for sure.
And so Ryan is very pleased with that. I don't know if that trend will continue throughout the year, so maybe Ryan wins. I think Ryan wins this one, but he's got to find a solution fast.
All right, so 2 for Ryan, 1 for Royce.
Yep.
And then roll into our matchup of the week. What we putting
The
shot
main
on?
event.
Oh, the eat
main
shit bowl,
event.
baby. We
I
got the eat
see.
shit bowl. All right, let's jump into it. Eat shit bowl. We got Justin Fields versus Deshaun Watson. Who do you like here, David?
I like Justin Fields here. I think he keeps going what he did, the success he had last year. Maybe not to that extent, but definitely with more packages made for him and more designed runs also.
Okay, I agree. And then
I'm leaning the clean crime history of Deshaun Watson. But I think it's close, mainly because I think Green Bay's defense is legit. They play well against Chicago, and so I think they're pretty legit. I don't think I saw anything from Justin Fields as a passer that makes me think he's going to step up, take the next step forward. And maybe that's just the preseason, right? But like even with the preseason, it's pretty vanilla offense. Like you should be hitting these throws, and these throws don't look very different from last year.
For sure. All right, moving to the running backs, we got Michael's Bijan Robinson, James Conner, to Timmy's Nick Chubb, Cam Akers. I like Timmy here. I like the Nick Chubb. I like the Cam Akers. Your thoughts, James?
I got Timmy.
Okay.
I have it as a wash right here. I guess I'm a lot lower on Cam Akers this year, and I guess I'm higher on Bijan. And
Wait, that's not even Bijan. That's Brian Robinson.
Oh, is that Brian?
Yeah,
we're being trolled, dude. Like, look at that nickname he got us, dude.
You guys aren't paying
Oh, you're. I'm not
It's
playing.
not even close, then.
All right, then it's not even close. He's got the.
Right.
We have B Rob at home. All right.
Wide receivers. I got Garrett Wilson and Devontae Smith versus T Higgins and DJ Moore. Right. I have it as pretty close. I would say it's a push here.
I like Michael's receivers. Now that you put it that way.
I like Michael's receivers. But I said that the flex and the wide receivers were washed because I thought Garrett Wilson and Tony Pollard would be a wash, and DJ Moore and Cortland Sutton's a wash, and Devonta Smith and T Higgins a wash. So I think all You can mix it however you want. But
Everything's a wash. You're like, all right.
everything's a wash, yeah.
So you think this game's gonna be close? You
This
think
game's
it's
gonna be
close?
really close, yeah. And
Okay.
actually, what tipped it might be the Bijan and Brian. The Bijan
Dude,
missed
I don't know how
it.
you guys
got us,
fucked
dude.
that up.
You got us.
That's like an 8-round difference in the
I know.
draft.
I was like, wait a second. Oh yeah, been preoccupied. And then jumping into tight ends. Oh man, Michael. I don't know if I want to pick Michael anymore. All right, at tight ends we got Michael. We got Darren Waller versus Dawson Kincaid. I got Michael here. With Darren Waller.
Yeah, easy, Michael.
Yeah. If Waller's healthy, then I'll take him. But it's gonna be a tough matchup against Dallas.
Okay. And I agree with you, David. I think this is gonna be close. Just like Ishabel's goal. And I'm rooting for Michael here.
I'm also rooting for Michael.
My bet, Timmy, and I think this matchup, this Eat Shit Bowl never disappoints.
It's
And so I
always.
think it's always a good one. It's always must see week, and
Oh,
so
yeah.
but I think what Michael really needs is for Sutton to prove that he's not a bum. He is potentially the only show in town as a pass catcher if Judy isn't playing. I think he's like questionable right now or something. But I'm not sure. But like Sutton still needs to prove that like he's serviceable, and
Yeah.
I think he will need to have a pretty like standout day.
Yeah, I agree. And usually how these matchups go, it goes down to the wire. Like every single matchup, it's like a banger every time.
Yeah.
And
Yep.
this
Yeah.
matchup is also going to a Monday night game, so each of them are gonna be praising. Can Buffalo's D? I can envision it now. Can Buffalo's D, Tyler Bass and Dalton Kincaid outpace Garrett Wilson, outpace Garrett Wilson? I can see it now, bro. Timmy's praising for like an interception or some shit.
Okay.
Or a hold.
Oh,
But I got Michael winning. Extending his lead to 4-1.
sounds good.
All right. And week 1 is in the books. You guys have anything you want to say to the league?
No. Good luck this year. I like how Timmy's holding my trophy warm for me, just so I can get it again next year. So that's fine too.
Yeah, Timmy was kind of soft for skipping out on the draft.
Real shit. We didn't talk about that during this podcast, but
I know
low-key, that was really soft.
That was so and Chris and Royce buying cheesecakes.
I
That's
did.
extra soft too.
Yeah, I think that's more soft.
You gotta do something about
y'all
this.
should have been disqualified.
They should have.
Y'all should have
Come you gotta do something about this rampant cheating going on.
Oh, yeah.
I'm super baking contest doing that. I'm honest.
I thought we were men of high stature,
and
that we were reputable, and that no one would tarnish the league like that so blatantly. But here we are, my 2 groomsmen and my best man, Chief of all.
True. and the rubric's got to come out like at least a couple days before. I didn't know even bringing a cheesecake was only worth 1 point, bro. I need to talk to these judges because that's pretty whack.
Yeah.
Anyway.
But like I do understand though, because like it's more like, does your cheesecake actually taste like cheesecake? Because I had a fucking fumble and like I ended up sifting all of my cheese out of my cheesecake. So
yeah,
that's why I got the 0 in that category. But that should definitely weigh a lot more.
Okay, well,
I could have brought a cherry pie.
Yeah,
and probably be competitive.
Yeah, it would. I could have brought birthday cake, and it would have been competitive, bro. But yeah, we got to change up this cooking competition. There's rampant cheating going on.
Let's put a bow on this. My last words are: good luck this year, boys. Welcome to the 2 new guys. I hope you guys have fun. I hope you guys don't quit after this year. And keep your friends and family close and your hamstrings closer.
And I'll add this: if Ryan and Chris make it this far, I'll take a shot each. All right, peace out, everyone.